Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to possibly one of the cutest videos I will ever make, and that is Logan's nighttime routine. Now, we've had a pretty specific nighttime bedtime routine for Logan pretty much his entire life. It's one of my favorite parts of the day, and especially because Dan and I are going to be moving soon. Dan was like, you really need to film your nighttime routine. It's so sweet. We don't ever want to forget it. So that is what I am doing here today. I hope you enjoy this video. By the way, before we hop right in, if you do like it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you hadn't heard the news already, I'm kind of sharing it, kind of keeping it on the down low. I've actually launched a audio exclusive podcast, and I've just been talking about a bunch of different things: life, homesteading, parenting, homeschooling, all that jazz. So I'm going to go ahead and link that down below if you want to check it out. And with all of that being said, let's hop into the cutest, coziest, hopefully, little video ever. All right, so we're starting off in the kitchen because for us, his nighttime routine kind of always starts in the kitchen with a little snack. Today it was raspberries. This has been his favorite thing, to put the berries on his finger. Anyways, on this night, we did kind of a junky dinner. I really just wanted to relax. Even though I pretty much haven't had any dairy for a few months, we decided to make this Banza chickpea pizza. So I was still avoiding gluten, but I went all in on the dairy on this night. By the way, the color on the trees this time of year during spring is so beautiful and makes me feel like I live in a storybook. I'm really gonna miss the trees from around this home. Side note, Dan was actually snacking this night on the Siete Chipotle barbecue potato chips. They just started making like actual potato chips, and I'm not really a potato chip person, but Dan is, and he says that they're amazing. So, just kidding, once the oven was preheated, then I put the pizza in the oven, straight on the rack. So at this point, we decided to turn on Little House on the Prairie, which is one of our go-to shows. We have Little House on the Prairie on at some point, basically every day. But this is like our favorite time to watch it, kind of near the end of the day when we're winding down, kind of starting to land the plane. So it was really beautiful, like I showed you out. We had spent a lot of time outside on this day, and so we had the windows open and just basked in the remaining sunlight coming in, watched our show, cuddled, giggled. By the way, spoiler alert, if you want to see how I make Logan's hemp milk, I'm going to be showing you guys at the end of the video after I put him to bed, because that's typically when I'm making the last batch. Anyways, so I decided to cut up a little side salad of butter leaf lettuce. Fun fact, my friend that I met through YouTube, Alba, is the one that introduced me to butter leaf lettuce. And then we had a little bit of arugula left over that I decided to throw on top as well. And then for dressing on this day, I just squeezed some fresh lemon juice on top, drizzled a little bit of olive oil, and then added some chunky sea salt. I like to pride myself in the way I feed Logan, but he had pizza on this night, and this is how we fed it to him. I do tend to sprinkle a little bit of salt on my pizza when it's done, and I also dipped it in some fresh homemade garlic aioli. So after we ate, Logan was stretching out his legs and I went upstairs to show you guys his bedroom and how it's kind of cozified for the evening. I like to fully pick up his room and prep it for when he goes to bed. I feel like the kind of semi-clean, organized space is good for the mind and it's good for him to see. So hopefully he'll pick up his own toys like this book implies one day. I always pick the book, although recently we've transitioned from one book to like 3 books because I've decided to up the ante. He really likes reading and it's good for him. But on this night we read Bedtime for Zoe, and yeah, I just thought I would kind of scan around his room so you could see a little bit more of his cozy setup. Sometimes we do transition to the rocker if he needs it, but most of the time you'll see when we get there. We just read a book in bed and then he drinks from his bottle and goes to sleep. By the way, we're still loving our cloth diapers, but we use disposables basically every night as of right now. That might change in the future, but we never quite figured out how to do heavy duty reusable diapers, and he goes to the bathroom a lot in the middle of the night. The other thing I love about this time of day is just like the sun and the way that it looks as it's setting in our house. So Logan had time to stretch his legs, digest his food a little bit. And so I turned on the shower tub situation. Sometimes we plug it up like our tub and we take a bath, and sometimes we just take a shower. Just kind of depends on how he's feeling, how I'm feeling, what time it is, all of that jazz. By the way, Logan tends to go to sleep between 7 and 8 p.m. depending on, all of those things I mentioned earlier, how he's feeling, his mood, my mood, the weather, so many things, how much activity he had that day. So I have been taking baths with Logan literally since he was born. And like I mentioned, it is my favorite time of the day. I love baths, like for myself and for my joints, my mood, my body, but I love it for my baby too. And I know that this is not going to be a very long season in life. And so I'm just soaking in the sweet baby baths. One of our things that we do is we play with these little cups that have holes on the bottom. I obviously wash him down. Lately, we've been using the Honest body wash. And then lately, we have been practicing brushing his teeth, which he loves. And he's slowly kind of a little bit getting the hang of it. And it's really cute. Kind of random, but I love these Highlands baby teething tabs. They're homeopathic tabs, and we've used them on and off for Logan's teething. We also really love this Weleda diaper rash cream. Logan's only had a couple cases of bad diaper rash, but we still like using it almost preventatively sometimes at night. Tonight, by the way, he was sleeping in the Idaho t-shirt that my parents got as a gift for Logan. Side note, these were the products that I quickly used when I hopped out of the bath. I'm usually in a big hurry because we want to get Logan like straight from the bath to his room kind of as fast as possible to carry the warm, cozy vibes into his bedroom so he will hopefully drift off to sleep. So he loves this so much. Oftentimes lately, he wants to like get his shirt on so he can quickly low-key run to his room and we can do this routine. And it's basically pretty straightforward. I read a book to him, although lately, like I said, I've upped it to like 3 books, and sometimes I'll even go through them more than once just so he can hear the repetition of the words. Plus, it's just such a sweet time, and I just love it. I never knew it would be so sweet having a little baby like hang on your every word and just soak it all in so sweetly. By the way, I took these pictures of Logan on this day because before we came in for dinner, we were outside playing with the chickens, soaking up the sun, and I had to take these pictures because, come on. So even though this has nothing to do with Logan, once he went to sleep, I had a little bit of my homemade stuffed date candy. This had peanut butter, candied pecans, and chocolate chips on top. Dan does the white chocolate chips. By the way, when I'm putting Logan to sleep is usually when Dan is loading the dishwasher for the day. And then I pulled back out my dates and my hemp hearts because this is a main ingredient in the milk I've been giving Logan lately. I want to do a couple different recipes as well, but lately I take just kind of a handful of hemp hearts and then anywhere from 2 to 5 dates, depending on the size. And then I put a little bit of water in the cup and I let them soak anywhere from 15 minutes to, it could be hours, it could be the next morning, depending on how much milk we have. And then while that was soaking, there's sweet Logie asleep, Dan and I continued the Little House on the Prairie marathon because we don't see enough during the day. No, we were like in the mood and it was just really sweet to cuddle and watch it. And then once my stuff had soaked, I drained the water, gave it a little rinse, threw it in the cup to blend up. Then I added maybe like 1 to 2 tablespoons of coconut milk, some water, and a little bit of pink salt. And then I blended everything up. Then I strained it. And like I said, this is usually one of the last things I do at night before bed because oftentimes he's running low on milk and he'll need it for the middle of the night. And so I'll just make him a fresh batch before we head up. By the way, we have since developed a more efficient way of pouring this. I always mess up on camera. I felt really embarrassed that of course while I was filming, I couldn't even make it in the bottle. And I ended up combining our little bit of leftover milk that we had as well too, because honestly with Logan, who knows? He may finish all of this on this night, or he might hardly drink anything, but we like to have it ready just in case he needs it. So things have been kind of crazy for us around here, so I haven't been uploading as much. But if you missed my last video, I documented our recent trip to visit my family in Idaho. So I'm gonna have that link down below, as well as the link to my podcast, all of the other links. And with all of that being said, I will, God willing, see you guys back here very soon with another new video. Bye guys.